first match on the hard court. For this first match for me, it's always I think always a bit rusty. I've been practicing a lot the past week, so I'm kind of happy to get it done, even though it wasn't easy match as I thought. I know Malaysia is quite a long time, and we had a couple of battles before, so I knew in a way what to expect. Didn't make myself too easy on the court, but I'm actually very happy that I won the match.
Coming off of a great clay court season, especially with your win over Novak and a really close contender with Rafa, what is your mindset kind of going into the hard court season now, progressing to the U.S. Open? Do you think you would be able to keep that energy and that level up?
I think it's too early to talk about all the tournaments that are coming. Definitely, I would like to do even better on hardcore. I really like playing on hardcore. Clay season was a lot of fun, I must say, this year for me, and I'm really looking forward to every match that I'm gonna play on hard. And of course, I'm gonna try to do my best because plus I love playing in States. It's one place I always feel comfortable, and it's kind of exciting weeks ahead.
You were down in that first set tie break. How did you kind of recover from that?
Well, just to break down. You got to use every opportunity, and especially against him. Sometimes he's not a counterpuncher when it comes to certain shots. So I was just waiting for a good moment, for a good opportunity for me to step into the court and play my game well. I thought there was this return that I think it was at 4-2 that really brought me back to the tiebreak. So that was I think one of the key moments in the tiebreak. And after that first set, I felt, of course, even more confident, and then I eventually starting to get into the match easier.
He's a very up and down player, and kind of goes on rants a lot. How do you kind of keep your cool during matches, and are you ever like that?
I think I'm used to that.
Yeah.
These things. Obviously, he had quite a few arguments with the chair player, but. I try to take it as a positive thing, laughing about it, of course, even though there were not that many smiles on court, but you gotta face it, and that's in the game, I guess, and
You're obviously used to being in a media spotlight, promising junior, one of the younger players who's been identified for a long time as, up and coming or next generation, this kind of thing. But lately you've been getting a bit more attention for off-court stuff, and I'm wondering, is that a different category of thing to deal with, or do you already have certain experiences that you can draw on to help you kind of like set that aside?
Of course, there's a lot of talk of the court, and I think in the end, I think that's part of the game. I don't like to put something into a category and say, okay, well, that thing was for this, and I think everything's in the game. But as I said before, and I've said different things. I think all the things all the questions and everything that needs to be asked regarding. That's the job, and this is what we do here. It's, I think, regarding tennis and all this, and it's different when you, for instance, you have these personal questions that I had tons of them, but I was, I'm not in one of these shows that I'm talking about my private life. For instance, in Wimbledon, I lost a top 5 setter, and then I had a couple of questions like, so what do you think about this, and that? I'm like, I just lost a 5 setter. I played over 2 days. Can't you ask me about how bad the court was, for instance, or how did I slip a 30-0 or something like that? And I just don't appreciate that, in a way, and I've been honest about it. But yeah, you got to deal with it.
Do you notice the tabloids being? Britain has a reputation with the tabloid media. Did you noticed it most in Wimbledon, or have there been other places equally as bad?
In England in general, I think that there were a lot of these questions, and what can I do? What can I do? I just had to say what I thought.
Have you been tracking any of the recent doping allegations that have been going on with?
I heard here and there, yeah. I heard here.
Is there anything in the system that you feel like needs to be worked on, or are they handling it the right way? Are the players talking about it at all, or?
I'm kind of, I'm in a loop, of course, of what's happening from I just hear here and there, and I mean, I for now I haven't had any problem, I think, with any of these things, and I think as far as the way you stay from all the conflicts and everything is better for you, and because at the end of the day we are here to focus on one thing, and that's tennis, of course, and I mean it's just, I think, kind of unfortunate things would happen. I don't think there's any problem in the system, or if there might be, I think people need to talk about it, and this is how you solve things.
Just to follow up on that question, Bob Brett, who is Mario Cilić's ex-coach, was interviewed in a piece in The Guardian today, and he said that he felt that players did not get enough education about some of these things, the policies, the rules, the procedures. I happen to know, because I looked into it, that the ITF's document is 273 pages long. So I'm assuming you don't read that, but do you have like a specific memory of getting information about these policies?
Yeah, I mean, I remember. When did I do that?
University, yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
I don't remember, but I remember.
Last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
max.
yeah. I did this ATP. I mean, we were actually a lot of players doing this ATP University. I think there everything is kind of, kind of compact and sort of was the most important things. Am I right?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong. And I think there it's where you need to, I think, pay a lot of attention and focus to what's been happening on ATP throughout all the years. And they give you actually the exact specific things, whether it's going to be a doping, whether it's going to be betting, or I mean, there's a bunch of things that are really important, and they're listed out there. And then you have actually a 24-hour phone that you can call for for doping and just anything that regarding.
You can call and request it, or just kidding?
No, I'm just saying you can definitely anytime. You can call and say, hey, listen, I have a problem with this. Do you think that's fine? But they give you all the bad substance and all that. So I think there is one of the things that everyone has to pay attention to, and being aware of what's been happening. And I think that was the most information that I got. That was back then. Now of course every day there's something. I mean, not every day, but something is coming up. So of course, we try to keep all that. But of course, and I understand that everyone wants to just open this thing and look at it. And of course, sometimes you fall into these errors, and that's no fun.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.